We started our Fire Explorer program back in 2011, approximately 10 years ago. And when we started, we had about 15 kids. And we, Captain Fanti and myself, really didn't, this is new to us, so we were starting out fresh. We didn't really have a whole lot of equipment, we didn't have a lot of resources, and so we're kind of scrambling and trying to find the stuff that we're going to need to support these kids.
Our initial thought at the time, my initial thought personally, was that we were going to maybe have, I thought 5 to 8 15 to 20-year-olds sign up. I thought that was a conservative number, new program. I was blown away when we maxed out right off the bat, and then actually asked if we could expand, which we did.
And what a Fire Explorer program is it's a community-based program where we invite young men and women between the ages of 16 and 21 to come out and get exposure to the fire service and see if it's for them, if that's something that they want to do, if it's a fire career is going to be for them.
One of our big things back then was outreach. We were actively, as a department, trying to kind of get the message out to what we do. And I thought, well, this would be a perfect way. You're sitting at the dinner table with, your parents or whatever it may be, and they ask how your day went. Oh, I went to my Explorer meeting and we did this and we learned how to do this. Because, even this day and age, especially back then, a lot of people don't have a full understanding of the scope of what we do. It's either we all fight fire or, medical aids. They don't really understand from, A to B, everything that's encompassed. So I really thought that would be a good idea to do that.
We outfit them with similar gear that we use, but unfortunately at the time when we started, it was all used gear. So they're getting a lot of hand-me-down. Which didn't matter because they didn't care, they were excited to be there. But what we're doing is that we are exposing them to what they're going to need to know to become a firefighter in the future, kind of preparing them for their next step. We're going to give them training and experience, and by coming out and performing some of the similar tasks that we do with our own firefighters.
The Explorer program is an introduction. It's by no means a way of becoming proficient at everything and becoming an expert, but it's certainly a way to introduce the individual to the fire service. And that includes all of it, not just the hands-on component, whether it be throwing ladders or pulling hose, but also the component that revolves around day in the life of a station duties. If you're a firefighter at the station, what is probation like? So that's one of the things they gain from it. The other thing they gain from it is networking. Once they're here for a number of, whether it be a year, 2 years, or 3 years, they get to know all the people that come out to help train them on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. And when they go on in the future to go get jobs and they want help with interviews or resume building or letters of recommendation, they can come back to individuals here that work for Newport Beach Fire Department and ask for that and do a mock interview or show them their resume to see if it's the way it should be. So it's really, in my opinion, a sort of like a one-stop shop for like your first step into the fire service.
Today we have several firefighters or several explorers that have gone on who have since graduated and become firefighters at other agencies. And so we're kind of having a little reunion. And it's a pretty proud day for me because that's the whole goal, is that they've come through our program and have moved on and have now become successful with other agencies.
I like most about the Fire Explorer program was all the guys that worked here. They were very eager to help, teach, and help all the guys learn to become professional firefighters and get hired somewhere. It was very encouraging and helpful to have those guys out there showing us hands-on from the station daily life to the tools that we use, how to become a good firefighter and learn the job and be proficient at your craft.
What I like most about the program is it actually gave you a realistic introduction to the fire service. It made you understand what you're actually getting yourself into.
The best part for me was obviously just being at the station. It was an incredible opportunity to be around the apparatus but also get to know the firefighters and getting to know the fire service itself, because it's a very unique culture. And I would say even kind of getting to learn the culture, being an explorer, it prepared me to be a successful probationary firefighter and kind of understand the camaraderie, but also fall in love with the fire service and kind of get that bug and want to be a firefighter.
Favorite part was for sure the camaraderie and the mentorship. Camaraderie within the explorers, like Mitchell and Grayson. They were both there to help teach me and also learn from each other. The mentorship from Captain Gutierrez and Captain Fanti definitely helped push me to advance my skills and to where I wanted to go in life. So yeah, other than that, all the cool stuff we did, like putting on bunker turnouts or little bunker drills, that was fun, but really the camaraderie kept me coming back every day.
My favorite part of the Explorer program was probably getting to go on ride-alongs and experience the camaraderie between the guys and going to different stations, meeting new people. It kept me on my toes, and being on ride-alongs is really good because you get experience that not a lot of people can get by getting to go on calls. And so I think my favorite part about being able to go on a ride-along, other than the camaraderie, is just getting to learn skills that you wouldn't get to learn if you just went to regular weekly meetings.
My favorite thing about the Fire Explorer program was all of the training that we did and the mentorship that I got to receive from them. And it really set me up for the academy well and prepared me for my career as a firefighter.
I think this program, just the overall experience that I gained and the life experience that I took with it, that helped me, I guess, develop myself into a person that can become a firefighter later on in my life.
I liked a lot about the Explorer program. I could probably go on for about an hour, but of the three different things was the people, the experiences, and then what I was prepared for after leaving the Explorer program. The people were a bunch of folks my age, and so they were all interested in the same thing, which was becoming a firefighter, working EMS, and to have a group of people who were filtered down to essentially brothers right away, it was a great opportunity to make some really close friends that were also on the same journey as me. And as far as the opportunities that we had here at the fire department, I really enjoyed everything from throwing ladders to learning to tie knots, to doing the demolition, extrication. Those are things that you can only maybe at most see on TV if you're lucky, but to be able to do it hands-on, particularly at such an early stage, was really an inspiring and really motivating factor for me. And finally, what I got out of the program, the professionalism, or at least some of the things that I really enjoyed, was the professionalism aspect. I didn't really have anybody in fire service. I didn't really have anybody to guide me one way or another how I should behave or in a professional environment. And so to be able to come to a department where they held you accountable for the way you dressed, the information you brought to the table, how prepared you were that day, it was something that I hadn't experienced before, but a lesson I took with me going forward and really set me worlds apart. And so that's something that I really enjoyed from the program.
So the Newport Beach Fire Explorer program prepared me, just learning how the fire service works, how the daily life works, what it's like going on calls. Being able to get ride-out certified was a very big help, being able to ride on the engine, see how the daily life of being a firefighter was like, what it's like going on calls, how to conduct yourself professionally, and it's just all the training and getting your hands on the tools is a big benefit. It might look like it's easy from afar, but once you're in there and you have the stresses of the job, and being able to have a extra knowledge of doing that was really helpful.
The program helped me prepare by, one, setting a foundation of expectations of the fire service and how it works. It allowed me to go in and not be blindsided by what is expected of me and my responsibilities as a firefighter.
So the Explorer program did, a ton of things for me. To start off, just showing up. The great thing about being an explorer is you're automatically at the bottom of the totem pole. And it's great because you learn to be in that mindset and what the expectations are, because it completely translates into being a probationary firefighter or a rookie. And that's, obviously you have to pass that probationary period. That's all about what coming into the fire service is being successful in that first year. And creating a foundation as a young individual, all that time on the tools, running calls, riding along, being in the station, it becomes natural. And it'll make you a lot more successful on the floor as a firefighter instead of having to learn it in a lot shorter period. It becomes more second nature, and it's a lot simpler and easier, in my opinion.
Right now, I'm in the Air Force. I'm a fire truck mechanic. The Explorer program kind of showed me how I should take a route in potentially getting hired in my future. What I decided to do was go get life experience through the Air Force, and it's a great stepping stone. But soon I'll be getting out to come back and pursue my ultimate goal of getting hired as a firefighter.
The program prepared me for everything just as simple as applications. When I applied to the Forest Service, a lot of the guys that work here helped me with my applications, and I use them as references. So things as small as that, it prepared me to just pay attention to detail. And other than just getting hired at the Forest Service, I would like to come back to a municipal department. So it prepared me for things such as throwing ladders, pulling hose, all the basic stuff that when I go to an academy, I'll already be a step ahead. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was the best training I've ever had.
The Explorer program really set the foundation for my firefighting career. I took it before I finished the academy, but I was in college. And so it set the foundation for when I went into the academy. I was leaps and bounds ahead. I already knew ropes and knots, how to throw an SCBA, how to throw ladders, and then pull hose. So that just made my time in the academy a lot easier, and then exposed me to station life. And so when I went in to become a firefighter at the Kern County Fire Department, it really just put me into the position where I was able to succeed.
Aside from the training and the education that I got through the program, I think that it just prepared me to be a better individual in general. I think that being held to a standard at a younger age, it helped me, I guess, develop myself into a more mature person faster, which then led to a career faster and then led to where I'm at today. But I think that it just helped me learn how to be mature, learn how life works quicker.
So, I didn't end up going the fire route. I was very interested in it after I became introduced to it through the program. And I even went as far as taking all the classes, the prep for the academy. And for reasons of just kind of a difficult hiring environment, I ended up going a different route. And I think that regardless of what route you go, the Explorer program prepares you for essentially any field that you get into, because it's not just the fire science skills that you're getting out of this program. It's that accountability, it's the professionalism, it's showing up on time, keeping your uniform clean. It's all of those skills that you can apply in any workforce that in today's day and age just aren't there for a lot of the folks getting out of high school, getting out of college. So even though I didn't go the fire route, I was prepared with the skills, the information, the exposure to go into a similar and or even any route just through the professionalism aspect of it. And so that's why I think the Explorer program, even if you don't decide to go fire, is a wonderful, wonderful training and opportunity for anybody in any field.
I would absolutely recommend this program to anybody that's interested in the fire service. Even if they don't end up actually going into the fire service, there's absolutely a lot of things they can take on and contribute to their life.
I would definitely highly recommend the program. The biggest thing you can do is get your foot in the door, even if it's just to volunteer your time. Highly helpful. It looks good on your applications. It makes it look like you're motivated and that you want to work and that you really care about the job and the career and the effort that goes into it. So I would definitely highly recommend doing this.
For anybody that has even just a small interest, what it really will do and what I've seen it do is either help clear something up for what somebody wants to do in their life. So whether they think they want to do this, it'll show them, yeah, I want to pursue this, or no, this isn't for me. But either way, it's a great opportunity, and it should be taken by anybody that has any small remnants that wants to do it.
I would definitely recommend the Explorer program to anyone who's looking for a position within municipal fire or wildland fire, because it's going to teach you like several things, but it's going to teach you a lot about just how the fire service works and the basics, that when you go into an interview, you won't seem like you're clueless. Even if you just attend weekly meetings and just do the bare minimum, you'll come out with a lot of knowledge that you would have not had.
I would argue it's the best thing you can do to really decide if this profession is for you, because you get to get your hands on the tools, you get to be in the station, you get to learn what the fire service is like, and you get to ultimately decide, do I see myself in this profession? Can I be successful in it? And can I thrive in it? And hopefully the goal of the Explorer program is to hopefully answer that question and preferably be yes.
I would recommend the Explorer program to anybody who's interested in fire department. It really solidified what I wanted to do in my life. And then I would also recommend to do it earlier, because I only had a couple of years and I would have rather had like 6 or 7 years and maxed out the program completely.
Bryce Baker is how I heard about the program. Bryce Baker and I played high school baseball together, and I showed some interest, and the next thing I knew, here I was, and then 5, 6 years later, I was a fireman, so that was it. I mean, one day saying, come along with me, to being a senior advisor to a firefighter, so it just happened quick.
I'd say my favorite part of the program is building those relationships. A great example is coming here today and being able to reunite with some of the guys, and it's like those years never passed by. We're all buddies again. Elijah is a great example. We were super close during our Explorer time, didn't really talk when we kind of moved on from the program, and it's like we're great friends again. And being able to see where everybody's at, and all of them have successful careers, it's really cool to see, and what the program has done for everybody.
If you're interested in getting into an Explorer program, a number of departments offer them. I would start looking at the city you live in to see if the fire department that covers your area offers an Explorer program for you. And if they don't, then you can reach out to a neighboring program to get started. And I would encourage anybody to try it. I mean, there's not a whole lot that goes into the startup portion of it. And if, a year or so into it, or a couple months into it, you determine this isn't for you, and that happens, then at least you gave it a shot and you kind of took a look. But you may get in there and find that this is the career you want to do, and now you've got a head start, for 3 or 4 years before you get started.